today's video, we're going to be re-simulating the career of Jaylen Brown. What it is, good YouTube, back with another 2K banger, man. Jaylen Brown has been absolutely unbelievable to start this season, bro. And I'm recording this the morning after he just dropped 50 against the LA Clippers, bro. We're going to be finding out if he can be that main character that he really never was. So first things first, we got to sim through this whole NBA season, get to the offseason, get to the draft, and see where Jaylen Brown gets drafted to. Raptors Golden State once again in the NBA Finals, a little bit earlier this time. This time Golden State does win in 6 and Curry takes home MVP. All right, draft lotto important, bro. See what this man gets drafted to off rip. Let's see who wins the lottery, bro, because this is important. All right, so you got Philly 1, Boston 2, Magic 3, Knicks 4, Mavs 5. They actually have him ranked number 2 right behind Ben Simmons, who they got coming in here at 80 overall, so he should be going in the top 3. All right, first pick in the NBA draft. Is Philly going to take him? They're going to take Ben. So there goes Ben, number 1. Boston did end up getting the second pick in the whole lottery, so that's kind of crazy that we re-simulated the whole entire season previous. Boston still got a top 3 pick. Is he going to get drafted back to the Celtics? Let's see what they do here. And ended up taking Jamal Murray at 2, and JB goes 3 to Orlando. So the C's pass up on that boy, and they end up drafting Jaylen Brown to the Magic. Nick Vucevic, their best player, coming in Tobias Harris, number 2. They got Elfrid Payton, Aaron Gordon, Channing Frye, JR, and then obviously Jaylen Brown's going to slide in here to be probably their 3rd best player. So this is kind of an interesting fit. I can't believe the C's passed up on him, bro. That is crazy. KD and Steph and Chris Paul, all unrestricted free agents. We'll see what happens in this offseason. This could be a big offseason for player change. I mean, goddamn, I said, hey, this could be a big offseason for player change. KD ends up going to the Celtics on a 4-year deal, man. Steph goes to the Knicks. So this simulation already a lot different as these two boys unrestricted free agents and they switch teams. So instead of Jaylen Brown, they come in here and get KD. As for the Orlando Magic, this is what their team is going to be looking like after player progression, man. Tobias Harris goes up 1, Aaron Gordon, Caldwell Pope. Nice little young core here. Nick Vooch, only 25, you feel me? JB coming in here at 19 years old, 76 overall. I'm glad that he did go to Orlando though, because if he went to Boston, it would have been a little bit too similar. I like how we got a little bit of difference up in here. All right, so 2K having this rotation be Elfrid Payton, KCP, Tobias Harris, Aaron Gordon, and Nick Vucevic. So JB coming off the bench in this year 1 season, but he is getting 32 minutes a night. You also got Trey Burke, Mario Hezonja, Channing Frye as that 9-man rotation. So JB, early rookie year, still, I mean, getting a lot of minutes, 32 minutes a night. That's a lot, man. We'll see what we can do with that. Shot tendency going to be 65s. We're going to up this a little bit just to get him a jump started. We'll go 70 each, 70, 71. We'll go 70 shot tendency just to give him a little bit of a boost off rip. System Pro in this first year going to be 3.5 stars balanced for Stephen Howard. First game of Jaylen Brown's career on the Orlando Magic is a 12-point victory. And let's see what that boy JB did in this one. 14 points, 4 rebounds, no assists, 2 threes though. 20 points in his 2nd game of the season. And this is a Magic team where he can be the number 1 on this team for show, as he drops 30 in his 3rd game of the season. So he's already playing some really good basketball. All right, 20 games into the season, this Magic team not so good as they're sitting at 6 and 14, but that's fine. We don't really care about that. We just here for the progression, right? This team's not that good, so it's gonna maybe take a few years for them to get to a contending level team. Jaylen Brown off rep after the first 14 games, averaging 14 points per game, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. He's shooting 29% from 3, 55 from the line, but it's his rookie season. So we'll pick it up at the deadline, see where this team's at halfway through. All right, halfway point of this year number 1 season, rookie Jaylen Brown season. Magic sitting at the 12th spot, so not going to be in the playoffs, but they do have their own 1st round pick, so they are going to actually add another lottery pick, or hopefully a top 10 pick to go with this Jaylen Brown core. So we'll see what kind of player they end up getting in this offseason to go alongside this young core here. But Jaylen starting off, still doing the same thing at the deadline, got his 3-point percentage up a little bit, not bad. Vooch giving you 16, Tobias Harris, Aaron Gordon. So you know what, I kind of see the vision for this Magic team. I kind of do. All right, year 1 is in the books, and LeBron averages a triple-double, takes home MVP in 2017 season, 29, 10, and 10 for Braun. Ben Simmons does end up winning rookie of the year over Jaylen Brown. Rondo is on the Blazers. He wins 6th man of the year, so shout out Rondo. DeAndre Jordan, DPOY. Jokic wins most improved, and this Butler dude for the Raptors coach wins 66 games. Damn, the Raptors won 66 games. That's insane. All-NBA first team. Jokic makes All-NBA first team in year 3. So that boy already on bullshit at the age of 22. 23 and 15 for Jokic. 2nd team, 3rd team. Wow, Ben Simmons made all defensive 2nd team as a rookie, and then all rookie 1st team. You do see Jaylen Brown making it right there. So already off to a good start. All rookie 1st team for JB. And obviously this Magic team did not make the playoffs. They finished with a 26 and 56 record. So you're looking at a bottom 5 record in the NBA. So they should have really good pick odds here. All right, so we'll see who wins this NBA Finals here. Spurs versus the Cavs in the NBA Finals in year 2. Let's see if Braun can get this done on Cleveland, and they do. They get it done in 5 games. games, and LeBron wins Finals MVP. So LeBron wins MVP and Finals MVP in this 2016 season. No, how can UD retire, man? He's only 37. They can't let UD retire. And how is he on the Clippers? All right, another big time draft lottery for this Magic team going forward. See if they can add that secondary star rookie next to Jaylen Brown. They have the 5th overall odds here. Let's see if they jump up and they actually drop down by 1. They go to the 6th overall pick. So we'll see who they end up picking up here. I don't know. This is the Jason Tatum draft class, so they could have got lucky and maybe got to add JT back to the team, but I guess not. All right, NBA draft is here. 1st overall pick is damn, that's tragic. 2nd overall pick, Philly's got it. They draft Donovan Mitchell. That's a crazy pickup right there. Milwaukee taking Fox at 3. Jason Tatum goes 4 all the way to the Phoenix Suns, who he should have gone to in real life. 5th is going to be Lauri Markkanen. And then the 6th overall pick, let's see who the Magic end up taking here. They end up drafting an auto-generated guy. So shout out 2K for having all these real players, and then it comes to the Magic, and they draft an auto-generated guy out of Texas. Nice. What's this guy's overall, man? He coming in here, he's actually not bad. They could have taken Markelle Fultz, Jared Allen. Like, every single one of these players, bam, is a real player. And of course, 2K wants to take the auto-generated guy. He's coming in here at a 6'6" out of Texas small forward. So they draft literally the same position and same build as the previous draft pick in Jaylen Brown. Maybe he can be something special for this Magic team and Jaylen Brown going forward. As to the Magic, they re-sign Aaron Gordon. They give him a 4-year, $100 million contract. Elfrid Payton gets a little bit of a bag too. So they re-sign their main 2 guys. Player progression hits. You see AG up by 3 overalls. JB goes up by 5 in this year 2 season. So from a 77 or a 76 to an 81 overall, he's going to be coming in here the 3rd best player. Aaron Gordon is their best player. Mario Hezonja also goes up by 3. All right, year 2 rotation for this Magic team. You got Elfrid Payton, KCP backcourt, JB into the starting 5 this time this year, getting 33 minutes a night, and then Aaron Gordon, Nick Vucevic, Tobias Harris, the rookie Swift guy off the bench, Hezonja, Trey Burke is your 9-man rotation for the Orlando Magic in year number 2. JB's shot tendency gonna get kicked up by 5 this year, up to a 75 shot and touch tendency. And for System Pro, they got perimeter centric this time. They brought in Ty Lue, so a new head coach for this Magic team in year 2, and Ty Lue's gonna be coming in here. All right, Jaylen Brown officially probably their go-to option. Maybe Aaron Gordon is though. I'm not too sure. Maybe Vooch, but we'll see. I think this is gonna be a big time year for JB. First game of the season, they get dropped off by 30 to Indiana. There you see Jaylen Brown 17-7. So interesting year 2 season. I feel like they're gonna keep being bad, but keep getting the top lottery picks and keep banking on Jaylen Brown progression and see if he can become that star guy. This is why we do career re-simulations, man. We got to find out if he will become that star guy. And there's no bias here. There's no giving him 99 potential and nothing like that. We just got to see what would happen. 10-12 to start the season for the Orlando Magic. Gonna put them right outside the playoffs at that 9 spot. Same thing as last year. We'll pick it up at the halfway point. All right, at the halfway point of this year number 2 season, 20-32 Orlando Magic coming in here. Again, 12 games under 500, but I think, again, this is gonna work out for them in the long run, right? Keep getting these lottery picks, keep getting these high overall players. A lot of spread scoring for this Magic team in this year 2 season, right? You got a lot of players up in double figures. Jaylen Brown is leading them. 16.6 rebounds in year number 2 for JB. His shooting splits did get a little bit better too. Tobias Harris, the rest of the squad here. The Swift guy, the rookie coming in here, giving you 11 a game. He's kind of got the same archetype as JB. We'll see if he does look like he's a better free throw shooter. Raptors are the best team in the league coming in here 45-9 with this Lowry DeRozan squad, a young Norman Powell coming in here. And then this team's actually not that great. I'm surprised they're 45-9. That's pretty insane. Cavs are that 2 seed in the North and the West. Denver's the 1 seed when Nikola Jokic, who has super speeded his timeline at the age of 22. He's already the best player in the NBA. I would honestly not be surprised if he came in here and won MVP this season. All right, year 2 in the books. That's a wow. I mean, Jokic MVP, bro. I said he was going to win it, and he does. That's insane. He's only 23 and he's getting it done. Donovan Mitchell did win Rookie of the Year. Jeff Teague won 6-man. Shout out Jeff Teague. Draymond DPOY, Zach LaVine most improved, and the Raptors won Coach of the Year once again. All NBA first team, second team, third team over here. Ben Simmons makes All NBA third team in year 2, bro. 21-9-9. Magic finished bottom of the barrel once again, 32-50. So you're looking at maybe the 7th worst team in the NBA. And one more look at stats if you were curious. You can pause it and take a look here. JB finished the season 16.6 rebounds. So if he can become a good rebounder, if he can become a good 3-point shooter, and he did, 38% from 3 is really, really good in this year 2 season, right? And he put up 323s too. So that's pretty decent volume as well. So JB, if he can develop that 3-point shot, should be going off for a really good, solid career here. But we're trying to see if JB can get to that level, as the Clippers beat the Celtics in 7 games in the NBA Finals, and CP gets his ring at the age of 33. So shout out Chris Paul for finally getting it done. That boy averaged 30-13 and 7 rebounds in the NBA Finals, bro. Shout out Chris Paul. Our draft lottery is here once again. We'll see what this Magic pick ends up. They actually have 2. Did I see that right? They have 2 first-round picks this year. It looked like they had like damn near 3. Hold on. All right, spin the lottery here, and the Magic end up with the 8th overall pick. So why did I see them like 3 times? Am I bugged? Oh, they have pick 9 too. I'm tripping. So they have pick 8 and pick 9. Back-to-back picks here. NBA draft is here. First overall pick will be DeAndre Ayton. Number 2 overall pick. Seems like it might get traded here, and it does get traded. The Heat Heat are trading up for the 2nd overall pick. Whiteside gets moved in the Heat deal. They get the 2nd pick in Tyreke Evans, and the Heat end up drafting Luka. So wow, what a trade for the Miami Heat. They traded pick 6 and DeAndre and Whiteside for Luka, bro. Wow, that's insane. Shout out the Heat for doing something good for once. Trae Young goes to the Jazz at 3. 4 is going to be Jaren Jackson. Marvin Bagley goes 5. Mo Bamba goes 6. 7 is going to be Mikal Bridges. And this Magic team has back-to-back picks, so let's see what they do here. Michael Porter Jr. is one of those picks, and pick 9 will be Colin Sexton. Overall, that's pretty solid in my opinion. They also have pick 34. They draft Anthony Simons. So they hit on like 3 gems in this draft. Really, really good draft for this team. They also bring in Aaron Holiday as well. So wow, I mean, if these guys all turn out to be really, really good, this Magic team might have a really nice future ahead, bro, because like, wow, Sexton has 75 overall, Ant Simons MPJ, Jaylen Brown, the rookie from last year that they drafted. Yeah, bro, this team's nice. James Harden, Jokic, unrestricted. Could Jokic leave Denver in this offseason? That'd be pretty insane. Wow, James Harden goes to the Golden State Warriors. Holy shit, that's insane. Jokic goes to the Heat. They just drafted Luka Doncic, and now they signed Jokic, bro. If only my Miami Heat could do this in real life. Why is it only in the game that the Heat be doing good things, bro? Yo, I gotta see this Warriors team, though. Like, is there any... Steph left the Warriors, though. James Harden, Draymond Green, Harrison Barnes, Christian Wood, Jared Allen. So that's their core. They don't have Curry or Clay anymore. Player progression for this Magic team, JB up 5 again. Wow, Jaylen Brown really, really turning up in this player progression, up to an 86 overall. Aaron Gordon goes up. Vooch does drop by 1. The rookie from last year only goes up by 1. That's all right. And then the rest of their team here, they also brought in Tony Allen and Tyson Chandler. So Jaylen Brown officially their best player, though. I'm expecting a big time season. Maybe he can get to 20 points per game this year. All right, Magic rotation in year 2. Peyton, KCP, Jaylen Brown, their best player, Aaron Gordon, Vucevic, Tobias Harris, Swift, Tony Allen in there, and then Colin Sexton. System Pro, perimeter centric once again for Tyronn Lue. And again, we'll up Jaylen Brown's shot tendency by a little bit. We'll keep it at like an 82, and we'll keep his touch tendency around there. So Jaylen Brown officially now 16 total badges, so he's looking really, really solid. 86 overall, 1-year deal. They're going to have to pay him after his rookie extension after this year, so we'll see if he can have a big time year. Maybe average 20 this season. He starts it off 25, 5-2 in the first game of the season. That Heat team, we play him right here. But back-to-back losses. When is Orlando, though, gonna get, like, when are they gonna have a good record, right? They keep hitting on draft picks. They keep loading up on young talent, but at some point, they got to start to turn up and start converting these players into winning basketball. First time after 20 games, though, they have had a winning record, so they do look to be kind of turning that corner maybe a little bit. Maybe they can be a low-end playoff seed this time. JB's averaging 17, almost 8 rebounds a game, 2 assists. The efficiency dropping a little bit from 3, but it's still early in the season. So, all right, quick little deadline checkup just briefly just to see where they're at. They're looking at to be that 10 seed spot again. So again, right outside the playoffs. Team looks good though. I mean, JB's up to 19 a game. You have a bunch of spread scoring. I mean, the only thing is there's no really number 2 on this team. You thought it was going to be Vooch off rip, but it doesn't really look like it has been. 12-9 for Vooch. I mean, he had good early years, and then JB got here and his points have kind of dropped. Somebody needs to step up in the next coming years. Colin Sexton is having a good rookie season, so we'll see what happens at the end of the year. See if they can make a playoff push. Season is a wrap, and holy shit, 37 a game, bro, on Golden State. He is hooping. Trae Young, rookie of the year, average 22. BI wins 6 man over years on the Sixers. Giannis DPOY, most improved Lonzo, Steve Wagner, and the Philadelphia 76ers win coach of the year. All NBA first team, same stuff. Second team, all good, all good. Third team, we got another Ben Simmons there. No Jaylen Brown, obviously, yet. He's gonna get there eventually. No Jaylen Brown yet, though. And unfortunately, the Magic missed out once again by 1 game. 41-41 record. The Pistons at that 8 seed were 42-40. So 3 years down and no playoff appearance yet for the Orlando Magic is a little unfortunate, but I think their time is coming though. JB, we'll round up in year 3. We'll say that's 20 points per game, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, steal a game as well, 38% from 3. The shooting splits do get better again, so as long as he's just on an upward trajectory, he should be looking pretty solid. We'll take 20 a game for sure. Tobias Harris there, 13 a game. Nick Vucevic, Aaron Gordon, Sexton, the Swift guy in year 2. Their offense is about middle of the pack. Same with their defense. They literally have a middle of the pack offense. They're on the cusp of being a good team. They have the 15th point differential too, so they're literally the most mid team of all time. Sixers in the NBA Finals. They end up winning the NBA Finals. They end up sweeping the Golden State Warriors, and Ben Simmons wins Finals MVP in year 3, 20, 12-9 for Ben Simmons. So what the hell is this alternate timeline looking like? Dude, Ben Simmons is the GOAT apparently. Building a great career for himself. Shout out Ben Simmons. The Sixers won the championship, bro. Like, what the hell are we talking about? The Sixers and the Clippers won back-to-back years. That's like That's like the two biggest sorry ass franchises winning rings back to back. Chris Paul got a ring and then Ben Simmons did. Like, what are we talking about? Draft lottery once again. The Magic will have a lottery pick because they did miss the playoffs. It's going to be a later one at 14 though, and is going to stay at 14. All right, first overall pick, Zion goes to Dallas. We'll watch the top 3 picks and then sim to their pick. At pick 14, the Orlando Magic will be drafting. Wow, Tyler, bro, how did he slip to 14, man? What a pickup for Orlando, bro. They are drafting really, really well in this video. I will say that, bro. They also end up drafting Nas Reed in the second as well. Henry Ellison, bro. I haven't heard that name in forever. No really big time free agents in this class here. Best free agent is Jeff Teague, and he goes to the Spurs. Magic don't really do much in free agency. They signed Moses Brown and they signed J.R. Smith. He's 33 though, so he probably won't even get any PT. Player progression is the first time this looks really, really good for the Magic, bro. You're looking at some really good player progression. Jaylen Brown only goes up by 2, but he's still an 88 overall though, which is really, really good at the age of 22. And then you got Aaron Gordon there going up 1. The Swift guy does go up 3 in his year 3 season. Vucevic up, Sexton up 5, which is really, really good from him. Michael Porter does increase as well. So the young core is starting to kind of put some stuff together here. Maybe this will be a playoff team. I'm not sure. Year 4 for JB, Sexton, J.R. Smith, Jaylen Brown, Aaron Gordon, Vucevic. So JR, they signed him. He's immediately a starter. JB getting 34 minutes a night. You got Swift off the bench, Tobias Harris, Elfrid Payton, MPJ, and Tyler Hero is your 10-man. So that's a really nice 10-man rotation, like, of just young talent. System Pro again, 3.5 stars, perimeter centric under Ty Lue. So we'll see if they can keep this up again. Jaylen Brown's shot tendency will go up once again to about an 87-80. We'll do this time. And again, let's start season. I need a 20, I'm gonna say 22 point per game season out of JB. He gets 12 rebounds in the first game of the season, so that's good. Again, we'll sim the first 20 games and then we'll pick it up at the halfway point or the end of the season. But I'm expecting the Magic to probably be a playoff team this year for the first time in year 4. Again, 20 games, 500 once again. Nothing really changing to where they have been at, starting it off at that 9 seed spot. They just can't get it going. They're gonna actually end up taking out J.R. Smith and they're gonna be putting in Tyler Hero to the starting 2. So it only took about 20 games for Tyler to become a full-time starter. J.R. Smith not having a good season so far. Yeah, that's a really bad efficiency. All right, season is a wrap and Giannis ends up winning his first MVP of the simulation. Ja Morant wins Rookie of the Year. Rubio 6-man, Giannis DPOY. Most improved goes to SJ. What's he been up to, bro? This is year 2 for Shea, and he's on the Chicago Bulls, so maybe he can turn into that demon that he is. Wow, the Raptors have won Coach of the Year 3 times in a row, so shout out the Raptors. No way we have a first team. I don't even know what JB's stats was looking like, but maybe he sneaks in here to a third team. He does not. Okay. But on a positive sign, the Magic made the playoffs for the first time this video, man. Even though they had a worse record than they did last year, they sneak in as an 8 seed here, 40-42. So, all right, look at stats on the season. JB did what he was supposed to do, got up past 20 points, averaged 22 a game, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, career highs across the board, and career highs in efficiency too. 59% from the field, 45% from 3 is elite from Jaylen Brown. He just got to be able to hit his free throws and he should be chilling. Sexton, 15 a game, 6 assists for Sexton doing his thing. That was a good pickup by then. Again, it's going to take a few more years for this core to really break out for these young guys, but they're gonna get there. MPJ in his second year actually getting minutes, 9 points, 4 rebounds. Milwaukee in round 1, De'Aaron Fox. Damn, look at Caruso, bald ass. He ain't got no headband. He just bald as hell. Giannis and then Deontay Davis and DeAndre Ayton is that starting 5 for the Milwaukee Bucks, so they good as hell. We go simcast game 6s and game 7s in this series. I almost simmed around by accident. Game 1 does go to the Bucks though. Giannis, I mean, yeah, you ain't winning this team. You just want to see a good, valiant performance from this young Magic team, right? You don't even want to see them, like, probably not even gonna win a game. I wouldn't be surprised if they got swept. Giannis is just too much to handle here. Game 3, oh, they do get 1 game. And JB goes for 34, so that's a big time game from JB. Also get 26 out of Aaron Gordon, 27 out of Tobias Harris. Game 3 is gonna be a loss. Okay, they dropped that one. Giannis again, just too much to handle. Is Campaign like good in this time? Campaign is an 84 overall in this timeline, bro. What? I will simcast this game just to see if they can make a miracle 3-1 comeback, and then we'll jump in if it's close. Magic gonna take this one. They actually do force game 6 here, so they win by 12. Campaign, I mean, what are we doing? 30-12 for Cam or Payne. JB gives you 28, 8-5, and they forced game 6 in round 1 against an 8 seed, so, or against a 1 seed. So honestly, pretty good performance. I was not expecting them to play this well, and they honestly might be able to force 7 here, up by 20 in the 3rd quarter. Can they just hold on to this lead in the 4th? It's a close game. I would say minute 40 left. Let's hop in. Magic up by 4, minute 40 left in this one. Let's see if they can hold on to this. Let's see what their offense is looking like in game. First time seeing Jaylen Brown in the simulation, in the gameplay, I mean. Elfrid Payton running the show. You know he's not a threat to shoot the ball. Sexton getting the ball screen from Tobias Harris, coming around, takes the pull-up, contested three, but Colin Sexton is just him, bro. Sexton's just like that. The man played a 1-on-4 against Alabama when he was on Alabama, bro. He can do anything. Sexton over to JB. JB on Giannis, man. Hey, JB has postered Giannis a few times in his career. He gets him jumping and he gets to the line. JB first free throws up and he hits it. Now, this is the only thing where he's not great at. Second free throws up and JB gonna hit both. Two big free throws. All right, 50 seconds left. Down to Giannis. Giannis over to DeAndre Ayton. He forces the miss and up by 7 with 50 seconds left. That should be the game. Orlando looks like they're gonna close out this one. They got a game 7 in round 1 against a 1 seed, bro. Could we have a generational upset? We'll watch this last possession, then we'll sim up out of it. Jaylen Brown all the way to the cup. He gets the easy scoop lay, and that's gonna be the game, bro. Magic, turn up, force a game 7. All right, bro, here we go. Game 7 against the Milwaukee Bucks in round 1. Can Orlando do the impossible and get it done here? Just asking for a close game. Just keep it close. Oh my God, the Magic might do it. Oh my God, they're up by 7 in the 4th. Up by 10. Can they hold the lead? Up by 12. And they're gonna do it. The Orlando Magic pull off a 3-1 comeback against the 1 seed. JB goes for 40. And he was 6 for 6 from 3. This man is turning into the player that he is today. 26-5 and 3 in that first round, and they make a miracle comeback. Can they go on to make a playoff push now? They got the Sixers in round 2. I mean, holy shit. Yo, this Sixers team is loaded. Donovan Mitchell, Ben Simmons, B.I., Jahlil Okafor, and Joel Embiid. Yo, this team is sick. Philly, bro. How are they only the 4 seed? This team is insane. All right, let's see if they can win this series. Oh, game 1 does go to Philly. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna win this series, bro. This team is, they're gonna be a powerhouse in the East for years to come. Like, these guys are only gonna get better too. They're down 2-0. They do get game 3. They do get game 4 though. Hold on now. Whole team scored, literally the whole rotation scored double figures. Can they get game 5? I mean, this is huge. They do go down 3-2, so we'll simcast and see if they can make a 3-2 comeback. I doubt it though. Oh man, force this game 6. Can they? And they're not going to be able to. They get dropped off by 15 points in the round number 2. Jaylen Brown tries to do all he can, but that Philly team just too good. But honestly, a great sign for this Magic team heading forward. Him and Sexton led them in the playoffs, and then the rest of the team is only going to get better in this offseason. So valiant performance from the 8 seed. The Sixers do go on to win the NBA Finals, and Joel Embiid does win Finals MVP. So I mean, we're talking about 2 rings already for Philly in back-to-back seasons with Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. First year, they will not have a lottery pick in this video, and they will have right outside the lottery at 15. First pick in this draft will be LaMelo Ball to the Pelicans. Obi Toppin goes to number 3 is Anthony Edwards. They got a steal at number 3. At pick 15, the Magic are going to be drafting Killian Hayes. Okay, so you couldn't have got any worse now. Couldn't have got any worse drafting Killian Hayes with the 15th pick. That is pretty awful. Hey, you never know. Maybe Killian Hayes will be good in this timeline. He's coming in here to 73 overall. They both switch teams again. Steph was on the Knicks. He goes to the other New York team, goes to the Brooklyn Nets, and then KD leaves Boston and goes to the Charlotte Hornets. Jaylen Brown signs a big contract, 4 years, $122 million. Magic re-signed JB, you saw that, and they bring in Malik Monk. That's all they do in free agency. Player progression, a bunch of green. This team is starting to come together. JB is a 90 overall now in his year 5 season. The Swift guy they drafted the year after JB is up to an 85 as well. Colin Sexton, 85, jumps up by 5 overalls. Michael Porter goes up 4, so does Tyler Hero, and then Malik Monk. Wow, I mean, so much progression from this young Magic team, and they still are really young. Their oldest player is Vooch at the age of 29. All right, rotation in year 5 for the Magic. Colin Sexton, Tyler Hero backcourt is interesting. Jaylen Brown at the 390 overall, AG, and then Vooch. You got Swift off the bench with Michael Porter, Tobias Harris, Malik Monk, and Henry Ellison getting that 10th man spot. And they're now 4 stars perimeter centric with Ty Lue. All right, let's continue to simulate. This could be a decent year. Their lineup does look pretty good. I am a little bit concerned about the defense though. You know, having what's his name in the backcourt, Tyler Hero and Elfrid Payton. Colin Sexton, wow, elite playmaker Colin Sexton in this timeline. 16 assists for him right there. 15-6 is a great record to start, and Jaylen Brown has had multiple 30-point games we have seen here. Yeah, I think we're gonna see a breakout year for him in this year 5 season. He's looking at 24 points. Rebounds are down a little bit, but the efficiency has just, again, skyrocketed. Besides the free throw, he's just shooting so efficiently, up to 24 a game. Starting to break out here after he got his big old contract. All right, deadline is here, and the Magic are an elite basketball team. 39-14, the best team in the NBA, bro. Better than this stacked Philly team. Yeah, I mean, they have Jalen Brunson now? Oh my God, who let them get Jalen Brunson? Oh, nah, that's cooked for the league. 22 points a game, 6 rebounds. You saw his stats continue to shoot really efficiently, but the rest of the team is where it's really stepping up, right? Colin Sexton, already an 86 overall, 17 and 8 assists for Sexton in year 3. And then you got the Swift guy, 13 a game for him and Tyler Hero in year 2. Michael Porter, 12 a game. Vucevic doing his thing. Aaron Gordon doing his thing. Top 2 offense defense in the NBA. And then defensively, a little bit worse than their offense. They are still top 11. They have a 7.4 point differential, which is the 4th best in the association. And at this point, I would assume Jaylen Brown was an all-star. He probably even was an all-star last year. I don't think I checked. Yeah, this team's gonna win 60 games this year for sure. And Jaylen Brown coming in here. No Jaylen Brown. No Jaylen Brown all-star. Wow. So if he didn't make it this year, I would assume he didn't make it last year. He did make it in 2021. Okay, so he was an all-star and he is a first-team all-rookie. So those are the only accolades that JB has in his year 5 season. Okay, this might be a legitimate championship season for the Magic. Steph Curry wins MVP in year 5 of this simulation. He averaged 38 points per game on Brooklyn. Melo rookie Conley, DPOY Giannis. The Magic won 60 games and they won Coach of the Year in year 5. There has to be somebody on All-NBA, right? First team, second team, third team, still nobody making All-NBA team. But that don't matter when they were the 1 seed. 60 and 22 record right in front of Miami, who won 57 games with Luka and Jokic. That team is unbelievable, over and even the best team in the Western Conference as well. So the favorites to win the championship coming out of nowhere after barely making the playoffs last year. This is only their 2nd playoff run and they're already 60 wins. Final look at stats. If you were curious, you can pause it and take a look. Round 1 against Charlotte should be a breeze in this series. Ja Morant, Mikal Bridges, Kevin Durant. He just signed there in the offseason, so JB is going to have to guard KD in this first playoff round. Charlotte does take game 1 by 4 and KD gives JB 40. Game number 2. Oh my God. No, don't let this be a generational choke for the Magic in this first round. Down 0-2 to an 8 seed who won 40 games. You won 60. Don't choke this series. They do get game 3, thank God. Can they tie it up at 2s? Yes, they can. Can they go up 3? Oh my God, JB just dropped 50. Can they go up 3-2 in the series? Yes, they can. And can they get out in 6 games? No, they do not. We have a game 7. Game 7 in round 1. You don't want to have a game 7 against an 8 seed in the first round of playoffs. Now, I get it is Kevin Durant and everything like that, but it's an 8 seed nonetheless. Hold this one out and go play Philly in round 2. They are going to be able to do that. They win by about 20 and JB goes for 40. And Colin Sexton is turning into one of the best guards in the NBA in this simulation. First round playoff stats, JB gives you 28 and then Sexton and the Swift guy gives you 19. They got to get past their demons in round 2 to beat Philadelphia. Donovan Mitchell, Ben Simmons, Keldon Johnson, Jahlil Okafor, and Joel Embiid. The only problem of this series is that they got nobody to stop in the front court. Like Joel is frying Nick Vucevic. Game 1 does go to Philly. I see this team. I just don't think they're going to be able to win this series, bro. Game number 2 also going to go to Philly. Jahlil Okafor is just a menace in this timeline. Game 3 is a big one and they drop down 3-0. Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid is the duo that everybody thought was going to be in real life, man. They're about to get swept off here in round 2 and they do force a game 5 at least. Can they win back-to-back games to force game 6? Yes, they can. So they win 2 in a row. Can they win 3 in a row and force game 7? I doubt it, but we will simcast it to see if it's a close game. We will hop into it. 5-point game, back and forth game, 7-point game, 3-point game with 30 seconds left. We'll jump in just to see if Philly has the ball, though. It might be cooked, though. They're going to foul Ben Simmons. Hold on. Ben Simmons might miss the free throws. I mean, there is a real chance Ben Simmons misses both here. First one is up and it's good. Never mind. Second one's up and he does make both. Wow. Shout out Ben Simmons for hitting his free throws. We will watch this possession real quick to see if they can get a quick trigger 3. And Sexton coming around the screen, down 3-2 in the series. You got to do something with the ball, Sexton. You can't just hold it for the whole clock, bro. He does take the 3 and he does stick it. Hold on now. Ben Simmons now, he just got to miss 1 and they're going to have a chance. First one's up and it's no good. So I'm glad I hopped into this because there's a real chance the Magic could tie this game here. He does hit the second one. No timeouts remaining. 13 on the clock, down by 3. They need a big time triple to tie this game. 7 seconds. Oh my God, who the hell is that? Why would he shoot that shit? Is this dude drunk? So you're telling me with 7 seconds left, not only is there no Jaylen Brown in the court, the 3rd-year guy Swift decides to just jack up a contested deep 3 with 8 seconds on the clock. He smokes it, and that's going to be the game. That's a brutal way to go out. So Orlando loses in round 2, back-to-back seasons, even after winning 60 games in the regular season. The whole team produced, man. I mean, they were really, really good. I still think they're on a really good trajectory. They just came off a 60-win season. Their whole team is not even in their primes yet. So not too bad. A little disappointing, though. Philly is going to get swept in the NBA Finals by Utah, and Trae Young wins Finals MVP. We have seen every single player who is not a winning player in real life win in this simulation. Chris Paul, Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, Trae Young are your past 4 NBA champion Finals MVPs. That's unbelievable. So if I didn't mention it at the start of the video, we are only going up to Jaylen Brown's current age. So Jaylen Brown is 29 in real life. We've already played 5 seasons. So I think we play 5 more seasons of Jaylen Brown's career here and then cap it off there. And then we'll do a part 2 if this video does well enough and finish his career if y'all interested in that. Another year, another draft lottery. This time the Pelicans get the first pick in the draft. The Magic are picking at 30 because of course they had the best record in the NBA. First overall pick in the draft is Scotty Barnes. Magic ended up drafting Jaden Springer with pick 30. Picking up the options on Sexton, Porter, and Tyler Hero. Still should see a lot of progression out of this team going forward. Jokic leaves the Heat, goes to the Houston Rockets. So he spent 3 years in Miami. He goes to Houston. The Magic get their Swift guy back. They pay him 4 years, $72 million. They also bring in Alex Len. And it's consistently green in player progression for this Magic team. You got JB here. And it's consistently green for this Magic team except for Jaylen Brown. It looks like he stalls out at a 90 right now. So the Swift guy goes up by 2. Sexton, Porter, Monk, Tyler Hero, and Killian Hayes all get better. Coming off a 60-win season last year, we'll see what this year entails for the Magic. 10-man rotation for the Orlando Magic. Got Colin Sexton, Killian Hayes at the 2. You got JB at the 3, Aaron Gordon, and Nikola Vucevic. It's been the same front court since we started. AG and Vooch have been here their whole entire careers. And then off the bench, you got Mitchell Swift, Michael Porter Jr., Malik Monk, Tyler Hero, and Alex Len to round out that 10-man spot. So let's start simulating once again. First game of the season, the 10-point loss. The Mitchell Swift guy goes for 36. We still haven't seen a Jaylen Brown All-NBA team yet. I feel like it's going to come at some point, but wow, they're off to a really bad start to this season. And if you do remember, they won 60 games last year, and they're off to a 4-11 start, so not a good start for this Magic team whatsoever. Pretty strange because this is like the same exact roster, which is going to put them all the way down as the second worst team in the Eastern Conference. Jaylen Brown doing his thing still, 23 points per game, 6 and 3 to start the season. He's shooting unbelievably. He's shooting 50% from 3. I am like shocked on how bad this team is this year, bro. Like they just will not. They won 60 games with the exact same roster last year, and they're coming in here and they're putting up a stinker in this year 6 season. I guess maybe coaching will do that to you. Aaron Gordon is down at the end of the rotation. He was a starter last year. He's been a starter this whole entire time. They're gonna put Michael Porter in there. These are the stats at the halfway point. You have JB 21, 6 and 2. Colin Sexton continuing to play really well along with the Mitchell Swift guy. I mean, it looks like their team is playing really well on paper. You have a bunch of double-digit guys. They're shooting the ball pretty efficiently. Killian Hayes is actually having a really good season, 11 and 7 on good efficiency. And then you have Elfrid Payton, who's pretty bad. Malik Monk still shooting the ball really well. AG is struggling. Tyler is shooting the ball extremely well, but he's just not getting any PT really. They have a top offense in the NBA, but the problem is their defense. They have the worst defense, legitimately the worst defense in the entire association. Giannis wins MVP in year 6, 29 and 10. Cade Cunningham, rookie of the year on the Hawks. Most improved Bol, averaged 17 a game. Shout out Bol. And then Steph Curry wins clutch player with the Nets, and Quinn Snyder and the Jazz win coach of the year. All NBA first team DeAndre Ayton. Wow, 23 and 16. He is a board menace. DA is going crazy. Second team, third team, no Jaylen Brown. And of course, the Magic missed the playoffs this year, and they missed it by a long shot, right? The worst team in the Eastern Conference. They're a bottom 6 team in the NBA. Final look at stats. If you were curious, JB finished 22, 6 and 2. So a pretty like a wash year, right? Like a year that we don't even need to talk about. Like can't do anything about it. You got Heat versus, you have the Heat versus the Rockets in the NBA Finals. Jokic left the Heat, and now the Heat made the NBA Finals as a 6 seed, and they lose in 7 games to Jokic and the Rockets. So this Miami Heat team with Hassan Whiteside, who's still kicking it in the NBA, loses to this team with Emmanuel Mudiay and Dragon Bender. What kind of weird ass simulation do I got going on here? I got all the draft busts hooping in this timeline. Draft lottery is here once again. The Magic do have a top 6 overall odds, and they are going to drop by 1. They go to pick 7. So a top 10 pick again in another draft class here, and I believe this draft class is this Paolo Banchero. So you know they could take somebody decent here. Maybe grab a Jalen Duren here if he's still there. First overall pick, Chet Holmgren to the Lakers. Paolo goes 2, Jabari goes 3, Jaden Ivey, Keegan Murray, Dyson Daniels, and the Magic at pick 7 will be drafting Mark Williams. Good pick, I would say. Where did my boy Jalen Duren go? He fell big time. Jalen Duren went pick 30 to the Pels, bro. Wow. Magic go ahead. They re-sign MPJ, 4 years, $86 million. They pay Sexton a bag. They pay Jalen Brunson. Actually, a pretty good deal. 2 years, $14 million for Jalen Brunson, who hasn't sprouted into a superstar player yet, but they pick him up. You got to see some green in player progression, and they do once again. 10. Killian Hayes goes up by 4. Michael Porter jumps up. Colin Sexton jumps up. Jaylen's still at a 90. We're going to be heading into year 7 for Jaylen. All right, we are now into the modern era, 2022. Now we are here with a lineup of Colin Sexton, Killian Hayes, Jaylen Brown, Porter, Vucevic, Swift, Gordon, Hero, and Brunson off the bench. Still no defense now for this team. Hopefully Jaylen Brown can maybe put together for the first time an MVP type season, but I just feel like there's too many. I was gonna say MVP, I meant all NBA. There's just too many scores, I feel like, on this team, and again, bad defense, man. I ain't gonna lie, they must have fell off. 29 and 26 at the deadline. This team was so good for that one season. They right outside the playoffs as a 9 seed, so they got to turn up going forward in the second half of the season if they want to have a chance. I really just don't know what the hell. They probably just can't defend once again. JB, another 20-point per game season, 6-2. Starting to regress a little bit from the 3-point line, so he's just been an annual 20-point per game scorer, which is not bad by any stretch of the imagination, but not really getting to that superstar level, even though he is a 90 overall. Anthony Davis takes home MVP at his age 30 season, still on the New Orleans Pelicans. 32 and 10 for AD, monster season out of Anthony Davis. Paolo Banchero, Rookie of the Year. Kobe White, 6-man. Giannis DPOY. Giannis wins Clutch Player, and the Mavs win Coach of the Year. Alexander Chrisdale, 64 and 18 is crazy. All NBA first team. DeAndre Ayton is the best center in the NBA. I'm gonna just say it right now. Second team, third team. Do we have any funny names? No, not really, besides Ben, who's a superstar. And then all defensive first team. Look at John Isaac, 87 overall. John Isaac, man. Shout out J.I. Mo Bamba is here in 86 overall. And Yusuf Nurkic never left Denver in this timeline, and that boy is nice. And okay, the Magic missed the playoffs again, bro. We are seeing this live time, and I don't care that this video has not been successful for the Orlando Magic. This is why we do career simulations, because we need to see if Jaylen Brown would be able to carry his own team to victories, to playoff runs, and so far he has not done that. And this is why I love making career simulation videos, because it shows the unbiased of what would actually happen. But that goes to show, like, how much do you really believe in the 2K sim? You feel me, right? So Jaylen Brown does lead them 19 points per game. Sexton, Porter hasn't broken out like I would hoped. Same thing with like a Tyler Hero, who's only averaging 9 points per game. But like I said, again, they're still a young team, you feel me? Oh, but another bad year, and I didn't check team stats, but I would have to imagine that they had one of the worst defenses in the NBA. Again, their offense might be up here. It's actually kind of middle of the pack, but again, their defense just is not great. Bottom 10 defense. So gotta improve some way. If that's Jaylen Brown getting better, if that's the team getting better, I'm not sure. LeBron back in the NBA Finals against the New Orleans Pelicans. So LeBron stayed in Cleveland all this time. And look at that. The Pels have LaMelo and Lonzo. What are the odds of that? Look at that starting 5. LaMelo, Lonzo, Scottie, AD, and Jaren Jackson is a bomb squad. And they're going to beat the Cavs in 6, and AD wins Finals MVP. That is a literal bomb squad. Oh my God. At least they're going to have another lottery pick. But hey, they've had all these lottery picks this whole video. Haven't really done much with it. They're going to be picking at 14 here. So Wemby, I would assume, is going 1 to the Golden State Warriors, and he sure does. A second pick actually gets traded for Jamal Murray, and the Celtics draft Scoot Henderson. Hopefully he can work out. They also do have pick 5. I would like to see who they draft here. Amen Thompson and Scoot Henderson. That's pretty cool. And the Magic at 14 will be drafting Derek Lively. So not a bad pick whatsoever. But like I said, this team needs progression, or to make a big time signing, they got to pay Tyler Hero. He only wants 17 million. And they did pay Tyler Hero. They gave him his 16 million, 4 years, 75. Into player progression once again. There's been green every year. Jaylen gets better. He goes up to a 91 overall. He is on a 1-year deal, so they might have to extend him. Killian Hayes continues to get better along with Michael Porter, and Tyler gets better, and even Vooch does. So you got a whole rotation at 80 overalls. Again, the defense is abysmal. I don't know where the defense is going to come from, but we're just going to have to find out. Maybe Jaylen will leave after this year if the Magic don't extend him. But if you made it to this point of the video, man, make sure to drop a like. Make sure to drop a sub on the video as well. We are on the road to 10,000 subscribers, so I would much appreciate it. And give me some feedback, man. Do y'all like the career sim videos? Like, I really would appreciate y'all feedback, man. It really does help me out. All right, well, the starting 5, again, looks pretty similar to each and every season. And then Swift, Gordon, Tyler Hero, Jalen Brunson. It's the same old team off the bench. All right, start stimming. First game of the season is a loss. We got to see the first win of the season. They get dropped off. The Celtics give them 50 in the second game of the season. Like, you know this defense is that bad, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Hold on. I got something to say. So we hit the deadline again, and I was checking the All-Star games to see if that boy Jaylen Brown made the All-Star teams. He didn't, but that's not the point. This is the point. What am I looking at? Cameron Payne All-Star game, 20 points, 9 assists, 47% from 3. What timeline am I in where this man campaign is running the NBA? I want to end the video right now. That just made me so upset. Oh, and by the way, Jaylen Brown got a 4-year, $180 million extension. So he's going to be here for the rest of his career. Big Z wins MVP. New MVP, 34-9 for Zion Williamson. Shot 70% from the field, man. He is just not like that in real life. I'm not going to lie. Wemby Rookie of the Year, 6-man Jaden Ivey. All the rest of the awards in Minnesota won 63 games. All NBA first team, second team, third team once again. I'm truly, and I will say, I'm a little bit disappointed in Jaylen Brown this video. Now Orlando did sneak in there at the 7th seed. They did win 45 games. So honestly, a really good record, I would say. Not really good, pretty good record. 21 points per game. I'm not going to hate it that, right? 6 rebounds again. The 3-pointer dropped again, but listen, the guy's good, but just nothing outstanding. Nothing outstanding. The rest of the team stats, Porter, Swift, Hayes, Sexton. 7th seed, they got to play Milwaukee in round 1, so they're going to have De'Aaron Fox, Monty Ware, that is not an NBA player, Giannis, a young Jalen Johnson, and DeAndre Ayton, who is apparently one of the best centers in the game. Okay, game number 1 against Milwaukee will go to Milwaukee, 46-10, and they just don't got to answer for this big front court combination of him and DeAndre Ayton. 1-1 series, 2-1 Magic, 30 from Sexton. Game number 4 is a big one, tied at 2 is Jaylen Brown. Oh my God, Giannis is on bullshit. Huge game 5, and it does go to the Milwaukee Bucks. So now you got to simcast the game 6 and see if the Magic can make a 3-2 comeback. I mean, my goodness gracious, they are up in the 4th, and they should be pulling out of this one unless they choke it, and they do get it done. So new 4 is game 7 in round 1, which is really impressive. They're taking a 2 seed who won 52 games to game 7 in round 1. So all you got to do is tighten up, win one more game, and you could advance and make a playoff push in this year 7 or whatever season this is. They do have a big time lead in the second half, and they're gonna win it, bro. Shout out the Magic. All the shit I talked about them not performing, and they knock off Giannis in round 1. Jaylen Brown 31-9-5, Swift 30-7. He's been hooping as well. JB, big time first round, 26 points per game. On to round 2 against the 3-seeded Philadelphia 76ers, and they got a bomb squad themselves. D. Mitch, Ben Simmons, Keldon Johnson, Jahlil Okafor, and Joel Embiid. They lost to this team a few years back in the playoffs. If y'all do remember that, game 1 does go to Orlando. They might have a little push in them now. 14 assists for Killian Hayes. Game number 2 also gonna go to Orlando. Stop it, bro. Don't give me false hope. And oh my God, the Orlando Magic just swept the Sixers. Oh my goodness, conference finals appearance against the 5-seed Cleveland Cavaliers. They only won 48 games. Kyrie, Isaac Okoro, LeBron James, Kevin Love, and Tristan Thompson. Jaylen Brown versus LeBron matchup, man. Wow, this is a good series. Game 1 does go to Orlando. Holy shit, bro. Look at the Magic. They're up 2-1. They're up 3-1. And just like that, as a 7 seed, Orlando makes the NBA Finals. What is going on? And they're here to play Karl Anthony Towns and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Jaylen Brown gets his first massive award, Eastern Conference Finals MVP. We can check that off in the stat sheet for Jaylen Brown as their top 7 is really performing. Killian Hayes 14-10 in the playoffs. Here we go. Tyus Jones, Levine, Wiggins, Jabari Smith, and Karl Anthony Towns is a good team. Game number 1 does go to the Wolves. After seeing that game, I gotta simcast the whole entire NBA Finals, bro. I don't know if they're ever gonna have a chance to get back here, so we gotta make it count. I'm talking like I'm acting like I'm rooting for them, bro. I'm just here to narrate, you feel me? Close game in the 4th quarter. 2-point game. We'll definitely hop in here. 3-point game with a minute left. Magic got to get a stop here. This is a huge game 2 to get, right? You drop down 2-0. It's pretty much a wrap, I would say. So you got to get some stops and you got to tighten up. Ball over to Karl Anthony Towns. He's going to dunk on Aaron Gordon. Jaylen Brown, the first time. Look at that boy, man. With the flat top and all. We got to change his haircut, but in this timeline, he kept the damn same haircut the whole entire video. Working in the mid-range. Going to get around Jabari Smith, and he had an open layup. He kicks it to Killian Hayes. That's a really bad decision. Killian Hayes, let's see what he got with 3 on the shot clock. Dumps it over to Porter, and he's going to smoke it. Really bad sequence there. Jaylen Brown low-key scammed. 50 seconds to go. They need a stop right now where the game's over. Tyus Jones working on it, and he turns the ball over. Up into the front court in transition. MPJ all the way, and he cannot finish. Jabari Smith all the way. He's going to punch it, and the Magic are going to go out sad in this one. All right, so a game 2 loss for them after seeing Jaylen's flat top in game. All the way to the flat top, he got himself some long ass braids. Jaylen Brown giving himself some long ass braids in the middle of the NBA Finals. He's worried about the wrong thing. Braids Jaylen Brown. Let's see if he turns up. They do have the lead in the 3rd quarter. Maybe the braids did something. Back and forth game. Another close ass game we got to hop into. Minute left. I mean, I got to see if the braids helped. I mean, what does he got? He got 22. Wow, Killian Hayes is an assist machine. 18 assists for Killian Hayes. If only that happened in real life. If only if Killian Hayes could put this type of career together, the world would be a different place. All right, well, the Magic got to get this win, man. With a minute left, they got to get some stops. They got to walk out of here with a victory. Karl-Anthony Towns working on Big Vooch. Towns in the low block, just moving Vooch out the way, but Vooch gets the stop in the board. 55 seconds left to go. Swift bringing it up the court. Got to find Jaylen Brown with the new braids. Attacking downhill. Kevin Knox, get out of my way. You are a little ass boy. Let me lay that shit. Why is the court so orange? Oh my God, I just looked over at my OBS and the court is so orange. I'm gonna color grade this. Hopefully it fixes it for you because this is painful to look at. I'm sorry. I don't know what is going on with this Magic court. Towns misses, puts it back up, and he slams it in. Alfred Payton attacking over to Jaylen Brown with Carter Knox on him. This is the game right here. If they get a stop, it's a big time one. Down to Michael Porter. Great pass by Jaylen Brown to go up by 4. Got to get a bucket here. Only 13 seconds left. Tyus Jones puts up a tough shot. He's going to miss, and that is going to be the game. The Magic get game number 3. First game with Jaylen Brown in braids is a Magic victory. Let's see what game 4 is going to be looking like. See if they can tie the series up 2-2. Again, they had to lead the majority of the game, but they gave it away in the 4th quarter, and that's a loss. They're down 3-1. What seed was this team? They won 63 games, and now they're down 3-1. Oh, man. They made it all this way, and they're going to fall short, unfortunately, unless they have an absolute miracle in them. Jaylen Brown with the braids. Let's see if he's got it in him, man. Looks like they are going to be able to force 6 here, and they... I'm just gonna sim through. They gotta win, right? And they do. Okay, thank God. Jaylen Brown 23, 11, and 8. Force game 6. Can they force game 7? Take it a game at a time. You feel me? They get a little game 6 victory and then go on to game 7. Wow, look at the Magic. Hold on now. You won 2 in a row. Killian Hayes 30 and 11, and it all comes down to this right now. Right now, game 7. Jaylen Brown with a chance to get his first finals of the video by himself. No Jason Tatum. Can Jaylen Brown do it? Can he make a miracle run as a 7 seed? They're up 13 in the 4th quarter. Jaylen Brown's gonna do it. Jaylen Brown is going to do it. The Magic get it done as an 8 seed, and they are your NBA champions. And who will win Finals MVP? If it's Killian Hayes, I'll end the video right now. And Jaylen Brown gets Finals MVP after switching to the braids. 21, 7, and 4. So without Jason Tatum on his own team, Jaylen Brown gets a ring at the age of 27, man. That is what I'm talking about, baby. As a 7 seed too, bro. Historic stuff out of this Magic team right here. NBA Finals stats. 2 more years left of the video, and then that's going to be a wrap for part 1 of the Jaylen Brown career simulation. If you made it to this point in the video, like I said, man, gotta drop a like, gotta drop that sub. They picked up Donovan Clingan with the 23rd pick in the draft. They gotta pay Killian Hayes too. Now it's about a dynasty, right? You won that 1 championship. Can you go back to back? And they do. Re-sign Killian Hayes for $75 million. And player progression, once again, Tyler Hero up to an 85 overall. You do see some regression, but overall, pretty much the same stuff out of this Magic team. 8-man rotation once again. Sexton, Hayes, Brown, Porter, Vooch, Swift, Tyler Hero, Aaron Gordon, Jaden Springer at that 9-man. 4.5 stars pace and space with Earl Watson. Let's see what this Magic team got in year number 9. Can they go back-to-back championships? Big Z, back-to-back MVPs for Mr. Z. I like that. Alex Sarr found his way back in Washington. That's bad. What the hell? James Wiseman, All-NBA first team. This is like, what if James Wiseman was a great play? Hey, that'd be a fire video. What if James Wiseman lived up to expectations? That'd be fire. Still, no All-NBA teams. D'Angelo Russell making it on the Lakers is insane. But this Orlando team 4 seed, man. So another playoff push. They won 52 games this year. It's probably the 2nd best record of this video so far. And the Orlando Magic kind of finally putting it together. Jaylen Brown, another year. Again, consistent, man. 21.5, 6 rebounds. Assists haven't really got up crazy. He did get that 3-point percentage back up to 44%. Overall, really, really good stuff. But Jaylen Brown, man, take a look at his awards. NBA champion, Finals MVP, only a 1-time All-Star. Very weird career accolades here. You know what I mean? But as for the rest of the stats, Killian Hayes, man, 17 and 9. He's been good. Porter, Swift. I mean, all these guys have just been really, really solid role players. That's what this team is made up of. Just a bunch of really solid role players. A good team once again. They got Brooklyn in round 1. Steph Curry and Precious Achiuwa, Mitchell Robinson. That is about it for that Brooklyn Nets team. Let's see if Curry can lead them. Game 1, no. I expect Orlando to win this series up 3-0, and they're going to be sweeping in round number 1 to play the 1 seed Detroit Pistons, who also swept their matchup. 55 wins for this Detroit team, and they're going to have DeJounte Murray, Chris Middleton, Jason Tatum. Oh my God. They also have Evan Mobley, and they're running Drummond at the 4, which is insane. But it's, oh my God, it's a Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown matchup. We gotta see this. Please make it a close series so I can jump in, because we gotta see a Jaylen Brown matchup versus Jason Tatum. Oh my God. Magic up 2-1. JB is giving him the business. up 3-1. Don't tell me Jaylen Brown's gonna beat Jason Tatum, and he does. Are you stupid? Who is the better wing? It's going to Jaylen Brown. He is better. Back to the conference finals to play the Atlanta Hawks. Schroeder, Cunningham, Lauri Markkanen, and Okongwu. They do drop game 1, Cade Cunningham, and Jaylen Brown goes for 40. It's not enough. Game 2, they're down 2-0 in the series. Dennis for 34. Game 3, they do pick it up there. Okay. Game 4, big one. They go down 3-1. Aaron Nesmith gives them 23. And are the Magic going to get eliminated in 5? Yes, they do. So they cannot go back-to-back, and the Magic do get dropped off here in the conference finals. But he did beat Jason Tatum, so that's got to mean something. The Hawks end up sweeping, and Cade Cunningham does end up winning finals MVP. So we have 1 year left of this video. How many likes should this video get to get part 2? I'm going to say we got to get 50 likes on this video to get a part 2. 50 likes to get part 2 of Jaylen Brown's career sim, where we will simulate the rest of his career until he retires. Player progression, once again, not seeing any progression. They got a lot of 80 pluses on their team. The only guys that progress are the really young cats. They got a bunch of young centers on this roster. Starting 5 for the Magic, they got Klingon in there now at that starting center position. Still 4 stars pace and space under Earl Watson. And let's sim this final year of Jaylen Brown's first 10 years in his career. And wow, Jaylen must know it's the final year of the video. They're 41-15 at the deadline. The best we have ever seen. They might seriously win a championship before this all said and done. And JB is giving you his best statistical season of his career. 25, 6, and 3 for JB at the age of 29. He is really hooping. And then the rest of the team is hooping as well. So unbelievable stuff. Let's see if they can cap it off with a ring, man. 3 MVPs in a row for Zion. This is an absurd career for Zion Williamson. I mean, shout out Big Z for doing his thing, man. By the way, Cooper Flagg did win Rookie of the Year. We're already in 2026. Look at the Coach of the Year, man. Orlando, 61-21 Coach of the Year. Tell me we have a Jaylen Brown All-NBA team. No, we do not. Oh, that's so tragic. So JB could not sneak in there in his final year to make All-NBA. So still no All-NBA team, even though he averaged 25 on the best team in the NBA. I think that's a little cap if you ask me. Orlando Magic round 1 versus the Brooklyn Nets. They beat this team pretty easily last year. I assume they should be back in the conference finals just like that. They sweep out round 1. Philly in 2. Again, Donovan Mitchell, you know this team. We've seen it before. They're better than this team for sure. And I think they have a trip to the conference finals once again, up 2-0, up 3-0, and there they are back in the conference finals. Ooh, they dropped down 2 in a row. Can they win? Can they not lose 3 games in a row? And they do win in 6. All right. Conference finals against this Detroit team, who it's Jason Tatum in the conference finals. Only one player stands in Jaylen Brown's way, and that's Jason Tatum in the conference finals. JB giving you 28 in the playoffs so far. He is on a different level. Game 1 does go to the Magic. Tell me Jaylen Brown is going to beat Jason Tatum 2 times in back-to-back seasons. 2-2 series. 3-2 Detroit Pistons. Oh no. Jason Tatum wants that ring. Jason Tatum has not got a ring yet in this video. The Magic got to win 2 games in a row to advance to the NBA Finals. Can they do it? It looks like they are going to be able to force Game 7 here, which they do easily. Big game from their top 3, and here it is. The final game to the NBA Finals. JT versus JB. Here we go. Into the first half. It's all Pistons here. It's all Pistons up by 10 in the 4th. Can the Magic bring it back? It does not. Oh, it's a 5-point game. 6-point game. The Magic are not going to be able to do it though. Down by 5, and there it is. The Magic cannot get it done, and it's Jason Tatum, isn't it? No, it's Evan Mobley who wins Finals MVP. DeJounte Murray, Jason Tatum, but look at Jaylen Brown did all he could. 26 in those playoffs. In the final year, he falls short to his former teammate. And the Pistons end up losing in 6 games to Minnesota, and Karl Anthony Towns wins your Finals MVP in year 10. And that is going to cap off the 10-year simulation for Jaylen Brown. He did win Finals MVP, and he did win a ring in 2024-2025 season. But as for that, that's about it. Capping it off at the age of 29, 10 total seasons played for JB. Overall, really good stats in these 10 years, and he was able to secure that Finals MVP, man. Just like real life. Finishes off 1-time champ, 1-time Finals MVP, only a 2-time All-Star in 10 years, which is kind of crazy, and then a first-team All-Rookie. Like I said before, if you want part 2 of this, if you want me to finish out his career, make sure to get us to 50 likes on this video. Drop a sub, hit that like button, and I'm gonna catch y'all boys in the next one, man. Peace out.